Hey guys, welcome to another video of Scent Saga. My name is Deep, and in this video, I want to talk about a specific perfume called Al Wataniah's Kayaan Classic. And before you say, oh, not another video of that, Dior Homme Intense clone. We have already seen a video about it. Just hear me out for a second. In this video, I'm not just going to talk about the perfume. I'm also going to say why I personally feel that this is an awesome choice for the upcoming winters and the ongoing monsoons. And I'm going to share my top 3 reasons why you should get this perfume, and one reason in case a negative aspect of this perfume which might be a deal breaker and might put you off. Everything about the perfume in terms of the current situation, which is monsoon and the upcoming winters, I'm going to talk about, and why I will also let you know by the end of this video why I'm making this video now and not during the winters. Okay, this is the perfume Al Wataniah Kayaan Classic. And before I get started with the perfume, a huge shout out to Elix Bloom. Elix Bloom is basically a website selling perfumes online, and my experience with them has been top notch. I have ordered a lot of perfumes in the past from them, and this time they basically helped me get this perfume at a discounted rate. And thank you, Elix Bloom, for helping me get this perfume at a discounted rate so that I can make this kind of videos for my viewers and subscribers. And in case you're looking for genuine perfumes online, you can check Elix Bloom and see if the pricing is comparative, because in terms of the genuinity, it's not an issue. And in case of the delivery, I also had a great time because they're using ShipRocket, and the experience with the entire delivery process was really smooth. Feel free to check that out if in case you want to, and support them as well because they are supporting Scent Saga. I mean, up to you. Now let me get started with the perfume, okay? So in case you are not aware of, this is kind of an inspired version, or say a Middle Eastern inspired version of a very, very, very popular perfume, Christian Dior Homme Intense. And the most specific characteristics of that perfume is the note of iris. If in case you don't know what iris is, imagine the smell of makeup, high-end cosmetics, or when you enter say Sephora or Shoppers Stop and you're crossing by that makeup aisle or makeup section, or say you open a tube of lipstick, the kind of cosmetic smell that you get from that particular cosmetic, basically same lipstick or face powder or whatever, is the note of iris. And in this perfume, like Dior Homme Intense, the note of iris kind of made it a very, very, very sexy perfume. And it's a very hard note to capture because it's kind of expensive, and cheaper compound as an alternative to iris kind of F's up the entire perfume. Thankfully, with Al Wataniah Kayaan Classic, this has not been the case. Now, one more thing before I move ahead with the perfume and how it smells, longevity, everything. The pricing for this perfume as of now listed in Elix Bloom is 1,999, which is around 2,000 rupees. And this perfume has been listed in between 1,900 to 2,500 rupees across different websites. So if in case you are planning to purchase it, make a comparison for all the favorite websites and see where it's listed at a proper price. And if in case you are getting it at say 2,000 or below 2,000, I think it's a steal deal for what it offers. Now this is the bottle presentation, and the packaging was something like this. Okay, it came in a packaging, nothing outstanding but nothing bad as well. Okay, and the entire experience has been great. And let me show you the atomizer as well. Not a pressurized or controlled atomizer, but gets the job done very neatly, and I have no complaints. But I do have a complaint about the bottle. It kind of looks a bit tacky. It's a fingerprint magnet. It's very reflective, but the one problem that I face with this bottle is I am not able to see the juice. And that is where I have a problem. It's my problem. It's not something that a lot of people will be bothered by. But if in case I'm not able to see how much perfume is left behind, that's ADHD problem, you can see with me. That's kind of a cynical problem with me. I do agree with that, but that's it. I mean, apart from that, everything else is fine with the bottle. It holds the juice properly, no problem at all. The concentration on this perfume is EDP, and by the smell of it, I do feel that it's an EDP. The cap is heavy, metallic, and feels very premium. The entire blend quality on this one is also top notch. You will not feel a lot of alcoholic blast, or you will feel that the perfume is cheaply created. That is not the case with Kayaan Classic. Now, let me talk about the notes first. Let me throw some notes on your face and then let me share with you what I feel about the perfume in terms of the overall smell structure. I have noted it down because after I tell you the notes, I do have to tell you what I feel about the perfume, okay? So in terms of the note, the top notes in this perfume says bergamot and orange. What that means is the top note should feel citrusy or fresh. The mid note is where Tuscan iris is present. According to the notes, I know it's iris. I don't have any other, rose, jasmine, spices. Okay. And the base note has got vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, and musk. This is what the notes talk about. If you read the notes, you will feel like, oh my God, there are so many different characteristics and the perfume will, transition from this to that to this. No, it's a very linear perfume in my opinion, and the transition is very minimal. It doesn't really mean that it doesn't transition, but what I mean is it will not feel a very typical fresh or citrusy perfume in the opening, although the top notes mention bergamot and orange, because all the ingredients kind of gets mixed together and comes up in the opening. So right away, the moment you spray the perfume, you will feel that the lavender, the iris, the rose, the jasmine, the spices, along with that bergamot and orange, all kind of gets mixed up. So basically the top note and the mid note are kind of combined together and thrown at your face. That is how the perfume smells initially. Maybe say in the 3 hour or 3.5 hour mark, the dry down becomes more evident, where the vanilla is more prominent now. Sandalwood is also there in the mix in a very nuanced way, and patchouli and musk also feels evident, but it's not really like, oh my God, the perfume has transitioned into a different perfume altogether. No, the characteristic still continues, and the iris is kind of there from the start to the middle to the end as well. So this is how the perfume smells as per the notes. Now, how will I describe it to a layman? Imagine opening a makeup box and you infuse a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of sandalwood, a little bit of floral characteristics to it. So the makeup box iris mixed with sweet vanilla, little bit of sandalwood giving that woody character and floral notes, and a little bit of spices as well. The entire combination is what this feels like, and in my opinion, it smells exquisite. Not your typical citrusy perfumes or the oud perfumes like oud based perfumes or the gourmand perfumes. This feels in a very, very different category altogether, and that is the reason if you see Fragrantica as well, this is one of those perfumes which has got 4.5 and above rating, almost for 850 plus votes, and that's a lot. In terms of the similarity to the OG, which is Dior Homme Intense, there are some nuanced differences, but let me share the price of the OG and the price of this, compare it, and then let me tell you how the differences stack up. This, according to me, smells around 80 to 85% to the DNA of the OG, which is Dior Homme Intense. What the key specific difference between Dior Homme Intense and this is, Dior Homme Intense feels more refined. The complexity is also a bit more on there. There is a chocolatey cacao nuance that is available in the Dior Homme Intense, which I think gets missing over here. Here, I feel that the vanilla is more prominent, and I don't get that chocolatey nuances that a lot of people talk about with the OG, which is Dior Homme Intense. Also, in terms of the depth and complexity, I feel that Dior Homme Intense has got more transition, more layers, and feels much more well blended and refined. This, on the other hand, does not feel cheap or, unbalanced or poorly blended. This feels right there where it needs to be. It's in the good section of being well blended, but when you pay a premium, the ingredients come premium, and that difference is evident also. I won't say it's there where, this is selling for around 2,000 for 100 ml. Dior Homme Intense sells for around 12,000 to 14,000 for 100 ml. So that's kind of 7 times more for the price. I feel that if you apply the Pareto's principle over here, which is like 80% of something comes from 20% of something, like 80% of the results kind of comes from 20% of the work. So that kind of happens over here. You spend around 1/7 of the price, but still you end up getting around 80 to 85% of the DNA and the complexities and the well blended nature of the perfume over here. Now, the top 3 reasons why I feel that this perfume should be on your list for this monsoon and the upcoming winters is because, 1, This perfume is very exquisitely well blended and, in my opinion, one of the most seductive perfumes in my collection. I say the word seductive because this is not a typical smell that you're gonna get and is being cloned very, there are a couple of clones and I'm planning on a clone war with this because in the blind test, a lot of things come out to be different. So I want to see how it stacks up over here. But in my experience with this particular perfume, I have felt that the blend has been done so exquisitely and so well blended that I feel that this is one of those DNA that is super handy during this monsoon and the winter season. Second reason is because this perfume needs around 2 to 3 months of maceration, in my opinion, to come out fully, like to make it full bodied, where all the notes are available to you to experience. Also, the longevity and the projection needs to be, decent. I'm not saying the longevity and projection on this one is piss poor. I'm saying that to get the full longevity and projection from this particular perfume, you need around 2 to 3 months of maceration. So if you get this now, I think during the December month, maybe say November, December month, you will have this in its full capability. That is where you will enjoy this perfume even better. That is the reason I am making this video now. And the third most important reason for me is the overall value for money aspect when it comes to this perfume, for the price to performance and the way the overall smell is. Now, this perfume is only 2,000 to 2,500 rupees for 100 ml, giving you the quality and the performance of a perfume which is selling 7 times this. Also offering a very good, well-blended, well-rounded approach to that entire DNA. That is very hard to find, in my personal opinion. On top of that, this perfume is something which I feel is absolutely great for any occasion. Be it the office, you can wear it because this is inoffensive. It's a note. You will be very easy to carry it along with you. That's not going to be an issue. Second, I feel that be it the dates, be it casual outing with your friends, every single place you can rock this perfume without any issue. But if everything is so great about the perfume, then why is it not the best perfume out there? Well, this has its own deficiencies as well. One being this perfume is kind of very, less when it comes to the transition aspect. This does not have a lot of transitions in it, which can be a downside for a lot of people. Oh my God, I need transition. This is kind of a linear perfume. That's one way to go about it. The second would be the projection and performance. This is not a beast mode projecting perfume by any means. The OG was not, this is not as well. This is one of those perfumes on a level of say 1 to 10 in terms of the strength. This comes anywhere between 6 to 6.5 to me. So according to me, I would say this is a moderately projecting perfume, and that is the reason if somebody is looking for a beast mode projecting perfume, 30 to 50 minutes of overall projection. Why I say from 30 to 50? Because when I initially got it, before the maceration part, this was giving me around 30 to 35 minutes of projection, and then it came close to the skin. After letting it sit for maybe 1.5 to 2 months, my God, the performance changed. Now I get anywhere between 1 hour to 1.5 hours of overall projection and longevity. That is the reason on an average I said 30 to 50 minutes. But if you fully macerate it, you are going to get a projection of around 1 to 1.5 hour easily from this perfume. But this is not going to be beast mode. As I told earlier, this is going to be soft and subtle projection. And it creates a very small scent bubble around you, which, when you travel, people will get whiffs of it. That is for sure. Now, in terms of the overall longevity, prior to the maceration, I was getting around 4 to 4.5 hours of, overall longevity from the clothes. Now, after the perfume has settled, I get around 8 to 9 hours of overall longevity when applied on the clothes, and that is top notch, coming from a perfume which sells only for like 2,000 for 100 ml of perfume juice. And the third reason, according to me, which might pull you off from this perfume, is the overall DNA of this perfume. This is not a very masculine perfume in my opinion. This is more of a sophisticated modern male approach to a perfume, because the note of iris, along with all the other notes that I discussed over here, leans it more towards the unisex route. There are dark, dense, boozy perfumes out there which feels more masculine. The note of tobacco, the note of booze, those are very masculine and leans more heavier on the masculine side of things. If you prefer those kind of DNA, this perfume is not for you. And the fourth reason I feel that you should stay away from this perfume is for those who are above the age of 25 in my opinion, because I feel that that sort of crowd usually prefers something sweet, something gourmandish, or something that has the DNA of a bubblegummy sweetness. This does not have any of those stuff. But if in case you're above the age of 25, you want something which is mature, which feels like sophisticated, sexy, seductive, a true gentleman in my opinion, this is something that you should go for. I do need to tell you that there's another perfume which is Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, which uses iris as well, and a lot of people say that this can be a bit towards in that territory. I would say this is around 50-60% in that route, but certainly not the same, because there is some boozy note in it. There is the note of chestnut, which makes it a bit more nutty. This, on the other hand, only has the iris property from Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, but this is more into the line of Dior Homme Intense in my opinion. And trust me when I say this, this is one of those perfumes that I absolutely loved in the ongoing situation. And in case you're looking for something soft, subtle, classy, sophisticated for the monsoon and the winter, this can be a really good choice for you. So if in case you have any queries or concerns about Al Wataniah Kayaan Classic, do let me know in the comment section, or if in case you have any queries or concerns about any other perfume, you can use the comment section as well, or you can connect with me via Instagram, which is Scent Saga Online, and I will try my best to answer all your queries as soon as possible. So with that, this is Deep signing off. I'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.